We going back to Compton.
Compton.
We going back to Compton. So we have a bakery that got ransacked here recently, and this is nothing new. We've done stories like this before, where we've seen them going in the mall, smash and grab, so on and so forth. This is nothing new under the sun. We've done this already, but this time they hit something. That, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why you would run up in what I would say was like a neighborhood bakery. They ran up in there and they just started taking whatever they could hold in their arms. They ran out with, and I believe even a weigh machine and a register they ran out with.
Watch as dozens of people run into this Compton business during closed hours, ransacking the place and even jumping behind the register.
They're everywhere. It's crazy.
Customers shocked to learn Rubens Bakery on the corner of El Segundo and Santa Fe Avenue was now at the center of an investigation. The front door gone after detectives say the culprits used this white Kia to smash in.
This is a livelihood. This is a thing where these people, Mr. Ruben and his wife, have been here for years, and their son is the one that now takes over.
Los Angeles County sheriffs say their Compton station got a call just before 3:30 Tuesday morning about a street takeover outside the business. Minutes later, another call about a fire. Then a third call about a break-in involving dozens of people grabbing anything they could find.
We have meat scales, meat itself, like items from the business, as far as groceries, and lotto scratchers.
This preschool worker across the street, which is part of the city of Linwood's jurisdiction, says a similar incident also happened at their property. Their front surveillance camera capturing this.
It's terrifying to know that we're a preschool and this is a place for children and people are coming in and vandalizing. It's scary.
Back at the corner market, workers made repairs to the front entrance for several hours. The owners refusing to speak over the crime and the street takeover many neighbors say is getting out of hand.
It doesn't surprise me. You see it at the mall. If it happens at the mall, why wouldn't it happen here?
It's been changing with all these burnouts and all these people doing all these donuts and everything. It's really, really out of hand.
Something like this is devastating to a small business. It's devastating. Now, granted, I'm sure if they're operating as a business, they got insurance and stuff, they can get that back, but there's downtime.
Right.
There's still downtime. And man, it sucks because it started from what they call these street takeovers. So if you're familiar, they have issues with teenagers in the streets doing burnouts and just blocking up traffic and doing all kind of stuff. Mainly, it's like unsanctioned car shows where they do all this stuff. This bakery seems to have been in the crossfire of one of these street shows, and they backed the car in and just started taking stuff. I'm curious, like, do you think this was a targeted attack? I'm curious, or was it just random? Because it really makes sense.
It has to be targeted for them to come with the
car,
right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you come with the car, that you got to have some kind of targeting going on. Like, you don't just randomly back your car into there and then 20 to 30 people are showing up inside that business running around. You know what I'm saying?
But they ran into a bakery. They're stealing snacks. It's like,
well, no, they
took
stealing,
meat.
They took scales. Now, if you know, those scales cost money. And a lot of other products that she uses for the business cost money too. So why they did that is beyond me.
That's beyond me.
But they definitely planned that. They didn't like, they were all masked up. Everybody was in sync. As soon as they hit, people were swarming the back. Like, this was not your regular smash and grab. This was definitely a little bit more orchestrated.
What's a regular smash and grab? They're just getting better at doing it. Like,
a regular because
maybe we shouldn't hit a mall. Let's hit a smaller location.
No, it's not. No, because a regular smash and grab would be like pulling up impromptu, not planning nothing, looking, checking the scene right then and there, impromptu, and then boom, busting the window and then grabbing whatever it is and calling it a day. Smash and grab, right? Those usually aren't premeditated. When you start getting a car involved, now you got thoughts coming into play. When you start getting more than one person, you start getting thoughts into play, right? You had to think about it for it to all come together like that. If you just got somebody that are just randomly passing and then they just boom, break the window as they see something they want, to me, that's the regular smash and grab is what I'm saying.
I got you. So LA never lets us down, man. Unfortunate. Sorry for this bakery, but I really think something like this could be devastating that you got to go through because, you know, that's people's livelihoods and they've been there for some time. Matter of fact, it was a hand-me-down. The son took over is what the reporter said or what somebody said. So now it's like you got to rebuild that whole situation. Staples in the neighborhood like that normally don't go unanswered because if they are a staple in the neighborhood will band together and make sure that, you know, they have the help they need to rebuild and stuff like that. So I hope this is one of those situations. But these kids, man, they got to get it together. They got to stop doing this stuff. And me saying that is not going to make any difference in the world. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to end this. But there's a story that I was going to add to this where kids tried to get into this man's home. He wrestled the gun from the guy trying to get in, and he ended up shooting the dude. So if you think people are not fighting back, they are.
Oh, they
this
definitely are.
This guy got shot with his own gun, right?
Yeah.
So people are scrapping. So